So welcome home, my G.
I know. It's crazy because I've been out for like a month now, and I actually got today was my first day orientation for Walmart.
Oh, cool. Congratulations.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Yeah. So, wait, how long have you been there before in prison?
This last time I was there for 2 years, and I was out for maybe like a little over a year, and I was in there for 7 years.
The previous time. So, your girl, how long have you been with her? How did y'all get locked up together?
It's a crazy story. Our first term, I had went to this program called CCTRP. It's where like where it gives us we do groups all day and it gives us time off. Well, I went to this one in Stockton, and she went to the same one. We met there, and it was crazy because I always heard about her in prison, and it was weird because I was dating this other girl, and my girlfriend at the time was cheating on me with her nigga. So they would I see my girlfriend, she had black eyes, and I'd be like, what happened to you, you know? And she wouldn't tell. I guess she would lie to me and say she got in a fight with her roommates, but really it was Ashley. And so it was funny when we met, and I was like, oh, you're the girl that my girl was always talking about, like fighting. And then she's like, oh shit. So it was a funny crazy story that like we ended up meeting, and it was crazy because I was there maybe 6 months. You know, I was like ready to almost start a job, and I was doing good. And here she comes. I meet her, and she didn't even last like a month there. And the girls were hating, and they told on her, and they sent her back. They sent her back to the prison, and so it was crazy because I felt for her hard. Like I don't know what it was. Like we just clicked, you know. And the crazy thing is, I fucking threw away all that and went back to the prison to follow her. So we ended up doing our time together, and we ended up paroling. I actually got her, like, you know, she was bad. She was getting in a fight. She was on drugs. Like she was just falling down a spiral, you know, because she lost her kids. Like she just gave up. And so I was there, and I used to have to tell her, like, this is not the end, you know, like you still have a chance to get out, do good, and get your kids, you know. And so she stopped fighting. She stopped getting written up. I made her go get her GED, which gave her like a year off her sentence. So we were able to parole a week apart. And so she paroled first, and then a week later she came pick me up. And ever since then we've been together for it's like 4 years now. We've been together, and this last time before we got caught up, we were maybe like 4 months left of parole before getting off parole, and we were doing so good, and it was just the wrong place, wrong time, and we got caught up in this situation where they sent us back to prison. And it sucks because she has 2 strikes, so they doubled her time, so that's why she's still there, and I was able to get out sooner. But right now, you know, like this is probably like one of the hardest thing, you know, to try to just to do good. And she's not out here. It's so weird. It's so different because we were together every day for the past 4 years, you know. So right now she's taking it really tough in prison, you know, like, and it's hard, you know, because it's like I know how the get down is in prison. I know how it is, you know. So in my head, like she tells me like I'm not doing nothing, but I see it all the time, you know, like girls move on or they do what they do to get by up in there. So I you know, in my head I have to like be strong in my mental, you know, because the first week of me being out, like we were just butting heads, you know, like she was just, you know, I was like, you're fucking around, you're cheating on me, and you know, like, and I said, you know what, I can't be like that, you know, like I gotta be strong, I gotta focus, you know, like, because it was so tempting. She was just like, she kind of low key was forcing me, like, come back with me, and just finish our time together. And it's so easy because I'm so used to, you know, being locked up and being around her that I was almost like, you know what, fuck it, I'm about to go steal a car and go back to prison, you know. But there's just something. I was like, there has to be more to this, you know. Like, I don't want us to keep having to fucking go back to prison, do bad things, and just so we have to be together. You know what I mean? You know, this is the first time in like over 10 years that I actually got to be around my brothers, my mom. She's actually sick right now. She's going through dialysis. So after seeing her, I went to Palmdale, down south, to go visit her. She was in the hospital, and that's where it hit me. You know, like I was like, my mom was like, she heard me arguing with that. She was like, you know, I was like, come back over here. Like, what's so important out there that you can't come to me? You know. And my mom was like, you want to do that? Like, you don't like seeing your brothers? You don't like, you know, being out? And I was like, as good as it is, like, you know, like, even though being in prison, you don't have to worry about rent and all these things, it's still like, it's in my back of my head. I'm like, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much opportunities to do out here. I could help her out more. Like, you know, like, just last week, you know, it was, before I even turned in applications, I was like, damn, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna sit here for 2 years and wait for her, you know, or am I gonna go back to the streets and do the only thing I know, end up back in prison? And I've been watching, like, one of my good friends actually she's in fire camp right now, and she was locked up, and she was telling me, like, you know, like, we're not getting younger, you know, and the more we keep going backwards, or like going back to prison, it just gets worse for us, you know, like, you know. And for the longest, I've been like, you know what, I want to change it. And so many times my grandma's like, you know how many times I've heard that, you know, like. And so finally I told myself, you know what, I wanna do good, but I want to prove it, you know. Like, instead of always saying, like, I'm gonna change, and not do nothing about it, I'm like, this is my chance to do that, you know what I mean? And so now that I've been out, and I'm like, I've been battling with, you know, making the right decisions to, you know, bad one. And, you know, like, I had a long talk with my grandma, and my grandma's like, you know, for years, I'm very thankful and grateful, because every time I'm locked up, my grandma has always been there for me, you know. Like, she doesn't see no wrong in me. So, like, whenever I ask to call for money, she sends it, you know. And I hate the thought of, like, damn, like, this is what I'm gonna do for the next couple of years. Like, am I gonna keep doing that? Like, and she's getting older, you know, and so she keeps saying, like, I can't just keep asking her for money, you know. Like, I gotta do something for myself. Like, I see her and she's getting older. I'm like, I want her to retire. Like, it's my turn to look out for her, you know. And so now that I paroled back here to my grandma's, you know, like, I'm not gonna let her go through that no more, you know. Like, and I want Ashley to be able to come out and hopefully change her mentality, instead of having her to be like, you know, let's get quick money, let's sling dope, or her being a stripper. You know, her kids are getting older, and it was crazy because the day before I paroled, I actually talked to her son. Her son's like 16 years old.
Oh wow.
And he told me, he was like, hey, you want to be with my mom? Like, he's like, I want you guys to be together. But he's like, if you are gonna do drugs, if you're gonna do bad illegal things, then I don't want you to be with my mom. Or, like, you know, like, basically he's like telling me it's up to me to change and help her change. If not, then, like, he's gonna tell his mom, like, not to be with me, you know. And so it hit me. He was like, you promised me, like, he was like, I don't want you doing drugs. I don't want you to do legal things. So when I was telling Ashley this, she was like, because the first thing I said, babe, but when you get out, are you gonna go back to doing drugs? Are you gonna do what you were before? And she was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it all. And I'm like, oh my god. And I was like, I have to tell you that. I told her, like, your son told me, I made a promise with him. He said, to help you stop, I need to stop, and if we can't, then what are we, like, we've been out of his life for so long, like, he's really upset right now, and so I was like, I don't want to be that guy that your son's gonna be like, oh, he was no good for my mom, so, like, I told myself the other day, I was like, you know what, she's gonna be mad for now that I'm not following her to prison, but in the long run, I think it'll be worth it, like, I gotta make these sacrifices. Like, I see all these podcasts and, like, all these inmates who, like, been in and out, and now they got their own businesses, they're doing things, and I'm like, it motivated me, it motivates me to be like, damn, I could do that too, but here I am just wasting myself, just, getting caught up in the hype, and it's crazy how the world's changing, like, so quick, there's, like, just even around my neighborhood, it's like, it used to be just, like, fields, now it's just all buildings of, like, restaurants and all these apartments, and I'm like, damn, we've been gone for that long that they're even making a BART system from, like, Frisco to over here, like, the whole main streets is under construction, and I'm like, damn, this is crazy. It's crazy, like, I missed out on a lot, and just having that 1 year of being out in freedom this last time, when I got in, I was like, damn, like, I miss it. Like, I can't believe I'm sitting back in prison. We were just out and living life, like, and I was like, you know what? I told Ashley, I was like, I don't care if you're mad, if you're gonna be mad at me, that I'm not gonna go back, but I think I gotta do what I gotta do is best for us, I can't help her if I can't help myself first, so I told her, you know what? Just, you're gonna be out in a year or two, just stay out of trouble, and because I've been gone, she's actually been worse. She's been rebellious and, like, not giving a fuck, and I keep trying to, motivate her and tell her, don't do that, like, your son wants you home. You got family and friends that want you out, like, and there's so, like, inside there, it's so bad, like, there's so much evilness and just scandalous shit going on in there that it's so easy to fall into that, and I told her, like, even if you have to just stay in the room to yourself so you don't get in trouble, if you don't have to worry about getting in the drama, do that, you know what I mean? Because, like, we look at people there that, like, have been there for, like, 15 years or more. They could have been out, like, 10 years ago, but they just keep getting write-ups and doing stupid shit, and I'm like, you don't want to be like that, like, I don't, and what she is also a reflection of me, so I have to remind her, like, hey, we're not like these people up in prison, like, we had our lives, we had bank accounts, we had car insurance, all these things that people up in there have never done before, and so I was like, you know what, if I don't start now, then it's just going to be a repeat, and so I was like, you know what, and I was crazy because I was looking on YouTube and I seen all those, all the interviews that you've been doing, and I'm like, damn, like, I don't want to be another story where it's like, I'm back in prison, like, that's embarrassing, like, like, ever since before I was paroled, I watched all the podcasts and how people are, like, turning their lives around and doing things, I'm like, I want to be like that, like, I don't want to be known for, that guy's back in prison, doing stupid shit. Like, there's so many people out here, like, all my friends, I noticed they're still doing the same shit 10 years ago. And I'm like, I can't do that. So I had to cut off I literally cut off everybody. Like I don't socialize with people because it's so easy to just go back to that, you know, like. And I was like, no, I want better. I want better, you know.
That's what's up. Cool. Hey, so hey, did you get the surgery though?
Did I get? No, not yet. So I actually went to the transgender clinic the other day, and I was like, you know what do I have to do to get approved to do my surgery? And they said that it's gonna take like 6 months. I have to get cleared by like psychiatrists, like mental health doctors. I have to get the okay, you know, because it's a big transition, you know. I was just talking to Ashley. She told me one of the transgenders in Chowchilla, I guess he just came back from having surgery on the bottom, like the bottom part. And I was like, what? I think he's the first one, you know? And I guess he was telling her, I guess an hour after surgery, like it was working already. I'm like, oh wow.
Wow, but you never got the chance to talk to him because I remember you said the one other person was still like in recovery. So
there was one other guy, and I guess he was starting the bottom surgery because a lot of them they already have their chests done, you know. And I always thought about like, should I do that? You know, like is it gonna fuck up me even more? You know, like. And she actually made me watch this YouTube video of the reconstruction of it, and it grossed me out. I was like, oh my god, I don't think I could do that. Yeah.
Hey, so if you do it now, because before you was gonna do it in the prison and it was gonna be free, so now it won't be free though, right?
As far as I know, I think it is free, but I'm not sure because Trump's been trying to change all the laws with that. Like he's trying to take it away from us. So I don't know if it's into effect yet, you know? Yeah. You
still want to do it, or are you still scared?
I'm still indecisive because I'm like, damn, what if I lose feeling? Like, and then there's that's something you can't just reverse.
Right.
You know? And, but so I talked to my grandma about it, and she's like, why don't you just do one thing at a time, you know? Like, so I think I'm just going to do my top surgery, and I'll wait on doing that whole bottom part because once that's done and say something goes wrong or who knows, like I'm pretty sure they haven't done these surgeries, like, you know, they've just been testing on us, you know, like, so I want to make sure I go to a good doctor, they know what the fuck they're doing before I do any of those type of changes, you know, because the next thing I need is a broken something.
So that person that Ashley talked to, you ain't get a chance to talk to him?
Who?
You said the person that Ashley talked to and it worked? You never got a chance to talk to him?
No, I left before. I guess just recently he just came out of the hospital and did the actual surgery. And he was waiting for a while to do that.
Oh, was
you know? Yeah.
Are you able to go visit, or are you on parole, or what is it?
I think I'm on parole right now, so I think I have to be off parole.
To go visit.
Mm-hmm.
But you can call her any time.
Yeah, I could call anytime. I email people, you know. I send them pictures. Yeah.
You could do video chats with her.
Yeah.
Can you?
Like how you guys would do it in the day room?
Yeah.
That's how I would do it with her.
Also, you able to do it?
Yeah.
So, how long you been out?
I've been out since April 5th.
April 5th? So, what was that parole office, the parole part like? Did they ask you any questions? Did they tell you to approve that day? How did that go?
To actually, like, so we get, like, there's, like, three steps before getting out, you know, like they have to clear you, like they have to check your housing if it's livable, and then I know that they had to notify my victim because we do have a victim. So I have stipulations, you know, like I can't be around my victim like within 50 yards or 50, you know, feet, or else I'll get in trouble again. I'll violate.
How many jails are there? Because you said you committed the crime to go to jail with her. How do you know they was gonna send you there? Would they send you somewhere else?
Well, because there used to be like 4 women's prisons. There was like Folsom, some other one, and then there's CIW and Chowchilla. Well, they closed down Folsom and the other prison, so now there's either CIW, which is level 1 and 2, and then there's Chowchilla, which is level 3 and 4.
So that's the crime level 3 or 4, like murder or something.
Yeah, like when you have higher points. Yeah.
Oh, so yours is high. So you like robbed somebody or something?
It's crazy up in Chowchilla. Oh my god, like so much shit I never thought I could witness. Like happened there.
So, do you know anybody that have a cell phone? Is it easy to get a cell phone in there? Is it hard?
It is, and they always have these like big what's it called, like lock. That's like, I guess, a raid. Where they lock everyone down. Like ISU is they're always, now that we have tablets and all these things, it's easy for them to monitor like what's going on. And so now it's harder to have cell phones. Because they have these like these towers that it shows like if there's cell phones.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So nowadays it's harder to have shit like that because it won't last long.
Damn. Because I'm trying to get some naked footage in there. That's gonna be impossible.
Right.
Huh?
Right. I know, because it's crazy. Chowchilla is actually going through this big investigation right now. Like, I guess a bunch of COs, they got caught for like bringing drugs in and cell phones, and actually they got something. It was so weird. It was on the news and everything. They were talking about it, how one of the sergeants got caught and he's actually locked up right now because it was pinging on like their internet that he was doing like porn stuff. It's bad right now. Mm-hmm.
So you can't get a cell phone up in there, huh?
You can, but
do you know anybody with one?
I know of some people. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you go.
But they always get caught up. I don't know how they get another one, but they do. It has to be the staff. You know what I mean? Or outside agency coming in. Mm-hmm. Because now there's like scanners where like you can't just put stuff up in you no more. Like it shows all that. Like they have these really high tech scanners.
God damn. But the ones that with or can get a cell phone in there, hey, do they look good?
Do they look good?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like
are they sexy? Yeah, are they sexy and some shit like
that? They're like somebody up in there.
You'll be able to hook me up with them so I could try to get some.
I could see what's up. Yeah.
Yeah, do that because I'm trying to get some.
Some inside footage.
Yeah, some inside footage, or it's like some naked like pictures.
Yeah, because there's these on our tablets. They have this like, it's called Edovo, where it shows like all these podcasts and all these things. And there's this one where it's called like Vice something, where it's like it's exclusive, like where they go inside the prison and they show shit that people don't know of. And I'm like, damn, I want to do one of those. Like, that shit looks sick, like.
That's what I want to get into. Yeah. So if you don't, any females
I see it with a bunch of other prisons, but for some reason, they don't have none for Chowchilla.
No.
But it's weird because I'm very like observant, and I'm like, okay, they have cameras everywhere now. Like the COs, they even wear cameras on their vests.
Damn.
So I feel like, because like, I think if they had a cameraman just going around, it'll just, they wouldn't be able to get as much inside scoop. So what I kept telling Ashley, I was like, they're setting up cameras in all the blind spots where people used to fight and get away with. Now they're setting up cameras. Like they have inside the dorms in the buildings, they have these new cameras where they can hear everything. And yeah, so it's harder to even do anything illegal up in there anymore.
What about visitations? Can you do anything on visitations?
I mean, you can, but you gotta know what the fuck you're doing, because not only that, it's like people up in there, they're so quick to tell, like that's the main reason why people lose half of their shit because someone hates, or and they fuck it up for everybody else.
So what's the most you think you can do, like with visitation? Like if I came here to see a female, what you think?
A lot of people, they like to bring in jewelry, like, and they've been cracking down on a lot of stuff, ever since like the COVID. They've been just really stricter, so it's like, I don't know how they do it nowadays. Like I said, it has to be inside jobs, because now if you have visits, it's harder to do anything.
For real? Is it like a room full of people, or is it?
Well, in the visitation or like our cell?
In your visitation.
It's actually like a big, like say it's like a big cafeteria looking thing, and so we sit at tables with like whoever you want, but there's SEALs there watching you, so.
Oh, you can't walk around. You can't go outside or nothing like that.
There's an outside part you can, like if you don't want to be inside, there's an outside part. But now with how everything's changed, like I said, it's so like you have to go through scanners after another scanner, and then they pat you down. They even log down like say if I brought in this chain, they would have to log it in, and so it's been getting harder. Like they've been cracking down on a lot of things.
You can't get away with shit up in that one. Hey,
right.
So hey, what about cause I got my thing in ministry, like, so have you heard of spiritual advisors in there?
Oh yeah, so like if you want to go in through like say like pathway like church, like you can. I'm not sure how like what you need to get approved to go in there, but they have a lot of outside agencies that come in, like especially for like religious stuff. Jehovah's. They have Jehovah's Witness. They even have Native services. There's this big ass Protestant church that comes up every Sunday, and it's huge. Like everyone from every yard gets to go into the gym, and people from the outside, they come in and they like basically have a live ass church.
Damn. Because I want to do I'm gonna be a spiritual advisor, but I just want to do 101 visits, and I got my own religion that I got through the government. It's called Free Spirit Religion. I want to do that, but I want to do just 101 visits. So I don't want to go talk in front of
a bunch of people.
Right. I just want to do 101 visits.
I'm pretty sure you can, but as far as I know, like usually when they have 101 visits, it's usually like their attorney. So I'm not sure how it would work, like for you guys to sit down like this. Yeah,
because that's what the spiritual advisors do. Like, but they usually be like with death row inmates, and you have the same privacy as you would with an attorney.
Oh yeah. So you see, so I'm pretty sure you have to like get cleared by the warden, and, all the higher ups, because it's.
But the way it is, that shit probably be monitored too, huh?
Yep. Yeah.
You think they monitor lawyers and shit in there too?
Not like full in, but like they'll let them come and like talk to them, but it's gonna be in an open area. I don't think there's like closed doors.
Oh, for real? Damn, it kills that. So, do some of the girls or females doing the the visits on the video thing? Can some of them? Is they really monitored? Like, because I had some of them with the see-through shirts. Can I do something further than that?
ISU, that's what they do. Like, they do check these tablets because, they even have this facial recognition. So, like, say Ashley in that's locked up, if she hits, like, say if I was, they're looking for me, if I violated and they're looking for me, so when she video chats me, it notifies them, like, like, they start cracking down on people who are wanted, and they find them on here, and they get caught up.
Damn. Some other shit that I could try to get into.
Yeah. I was seeing some, there was this big event that happened before parole, and it's like a bunch of different agencies that came in and like say they're trying to give us resources, like you need to go to a sober living environment, if you need help, like if you don't have a place to stay, there's like these certain places that they're giving out flyers, like come to us, after you parole, we'll help you get back on your feet and all these things. There's this one, it's called Ear Hustle, and they have their own podcast. They're at the event, and and so that was one time that I actually seen, like, hey, people, if you have a podcast and you get cleared, you can come up in here and you can interview people,
Oh, straight up?
Yeah.
You think y'all could get up in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. You any of the women on death row?
Last time, because I paroled from ADSEC, which is like where the death row section is. I don't see very much. It's so crazy because the death row place is like they're in a cage inside a building. It's so sad, and there has to be like maybe a wall, so maybe like 10 rooms for death row. But a lot of them, like the laws passed and they were a lot of them got out of death row to go to general population. Yeah. All
of them, or is it still some of them in there?
There's still some up in there, like the older ladies, like the older ones. They rather just be up in the death row.
Oh, so they can stay in there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I heard they get privacy up in there, though.
Yeah, because there are rooms where, like, say, like, like attorney or outside agencies want to come and talk. They have these rooms where you can go into.
Because Janine was next to y'all, right? Janine Snyder?
Oh, yeah, I know Janine, yeah.
Yeah, she was next to... Well, I know she was next to Angel Cell.
Oh, yeah, they do live next door to each other.
Yeah. So I was trying to get some more death row inmates to like interview. So do they have like a work release part where they give them cell phones? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, okay, so that CCTRP program that I was talking about, I guess now, because before we weren't allowed cell phones, and I guess now that they give out cell phones.
You think they monitor?
Yeah, on tops.
They monitor?
Yeah, because they say, like, you're not supposed to go on Facebook and all these things, and so, yeah, I'm not sure how it is now because it's been, like, over 3 years since I was at one of those programs.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and I heard that it's, like, it's so much stricter because the one that we were at, they're about to close it down because they're doing such illegal shit, like,
Oh, so do you know anybody who in there now? Any females?
Like CCTRP, yeah.
Can you give me some of that info? The ones who...
Yeah.
Could you...
Ashley was supposed to go to the one in Sacramento.
But what happened?
She had gotten a write-up, so now she has to wait, like, she got rolled over.
Dang. So if you know any females in there that's... You could hook me up or put a word in for me?
Yeah.
You can do that? Cool,
Yeah.
cool. And one last thing, couple more things. Give me some like scary stories up in there, or some shit that's happened, some crazy story.
Like, so there's like my last term, it was crazy because people up in there, they get psyched out, you know, like when they're on one, they start hallucinating, they start trying to fight everybody and all these things. I remember this one time, me and Ashley were in this room, and the girl was just on it, and she kept thinking that we were like talking shit about her, and me and Ashley were like, we're not even worried about you, like we're dealing with our own stuff, you know. She got psyched out in the middle of the night. She boiled some hot water, and when we went to sleep, she threw it up. She threw the hot water at us, and it burned me like all on my arm, my neck, my face. It got Ashley too, and so that was the most painful shit that I experienced. You know what I mean? Like, and up in there, it's like you gotta you can't just go and be like, this person did this to me, because it gets bad. You know, they want to retaliate and go, you know, do something with other people's. Like when you get in a fight, if you're like, say like you're a big gang up in there, if you fight someone, then you have to run it with your friend, with the next friend, with the next friend. It's crazy.
So you had to hold that, huh? You couldn't do nothing.
Right. After that, I was like, damn, like, after that, the girl, though, she felt bad. She was like, damn, I'm sorry, guys, I was on one, you know? And till today, like, we're still cool with them, you know? Like, it's crazy because out here, I don't affiliate with, like, different, hood, like, you know, like, Bloods or Crips. Like, we don't mix out here like that. But when you go to prison, we have to learn how to, be civilized with everybody, you know, because it's different from the men's program. Like the men's prison, you know how they stick in their own groups. Well, in women's, it's just everybody, you know. Like,
how often was you in your cell, and how often can y'all walk around freely?
well, like, usually, okay, so like around like 6:30 is when like the first it's called early eaters, you know, where they go to breakfast, and then after that, like around 7, people go through work chains to go to their jobs, you know. And if you're not working, you have to be going to school, or there's this program called SAP. It's like for like, if you're on the MAP program, like, you know, like you have to take these classes in order to get like Suboxone, you know. And I guess they give you time off and all these things.
So everybody gotta be doing something? Ain't nobody there just chilling? Nobody?
Well, I mean, so now they reopened, it's called See Overseas. It's like basically all the bad kids who keeps getting write-ups. So they opened it up again after, because COVID, when it was COVID, they shut it down. And we used to be in our cell like almost every day, all day. And then they barely started opening back up and like letting us program. And yeah, but back then, like, it was hard to like get out your room, you know, like, and because of them having like short staff a lot, we're always locked down. Or like, if say like fights happen and they keep doing it, there's this new thing where they lock everyone down for like a week or 2, you know.
All right. So last question. So what was your last day like? And when you got out, like, what was the first thing that you did? First thing that you ate? What was your last day like?
It's crazy because I didn't get to parole from general population, because like I would say like a week or 2 before I was paroling, we had a big ass situation in our room, and we were under investigation. So they sent me, Ashley, and a couple of my other roommates to jail. And so the last week I was there, me and Ashley were in separate rooms, you know. So I remember like And I was like, damn, I don't want to leave. And she was like begging me to stay. And I was like, well, the only way I can stay is like I have to fight the cops, you know, like I'm still gonna, even if I get written up, I still have to parole when I parole, you know. So I told her, I was like, you know what, what's the point of me catching more time? Like, you know, like just let me get out and do what I gotta do. So the last day, I remember I was paroling, and I was really like, I felt really bad because there was so many people up in there that are doing life who would never get out, you know. And then here I am excited, like, oh, I get to go home, you know, like I felt, it was like unreal, you know, like I could only like imagine like the shit that we were going through, and we don't even have it that bad, you know, like there's people who up in there for the rest of their lives, you know, that can never come out, you know. So I'm like, damn, shit like that makes me like, it makes me like cherish like life better, you know, like because some people won't ever get to come out of there, you know. And so like the first day I got out, I was like, I can either go to the streets and go back to what I know, or just go to my family and just isolate myself and just do what I gotta do, you know. So when I first got out, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay with my grandma, I'm gonna help her, I'm gonna get a job, and I've been slowly doing that, you know. Like I think the first thing we ate was we went to this like Filipino restaurant. I missed Filipino food, like like just home cooked meals, you know. Like my grandma's been cooking almost every day, and it's just like, damn. I remember just the other day I was eating top ramen, you know, like and the state food there is nasty, like ugh, like some people rather not eat than eat that stuff there. It's just sad.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
So did you get to say goodbye to everybody?
No, I was in ANSEC, and so I was like in a one-man cell.
Oh, your last day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. So what was your thought process? Was like, you was like, damn.
I was actually like, I was very like nervous, you know, because I'm like after being in there and then like going out, just walking to the train station, the bus station, I was like, damn, I don't want to get in trouble anymore. Like, you know, like I look like I'm antisocial because I'm so institutionalized, you know, like there's people around me, and when they're too close, I'm like, get away from me, you know. And I still haven't adjusted, you know, like. Mm-hmm.
You still haven't?
I still haven't adjusted. Like I feel like I'm still living in prison because I'm just in my room doing things that I would in prison, and I gotta get out of that mentality, you know, like do things like in society, the community. It's hard, you know. Mm-hmm.
So your first day of work is when?
Tomorrow. I did orientation today, so tomorrow I work all day.
So what you gonna be doing? Did they tell you what you gonna be doing?
They said I'm gonna do like the front end cashier, and if they need me to stock, load, or get back orders, I have to do that too.
How many people do you get hired with?
Today it was me and maybe like 5 other people.
5 other people. Oh, cool. Well, congratulations. And you could probably look at doing some other stuff that you like to do to stay out of trouble.
Right.
What part of California is that again?
San Jose.
Oh, San Jose.